Hi, this is a webinar on the administrator features in the student and parent view in the ThinkWave system. First, click on the Students tab at the top. Here's where you can add a student for your school. And here below is all the students currently in the system. To add a student, click on Add Student button here. The student ID is automatically added. Additionally, you can add the name, grade level, address, etc. You can enroll students in classes here, or enroll them in the class enrollment screen. We'll get to that in a moment. To import students in bulk, go to the Setup tab, and under Import/Export section, there's a link for Import Students. And there's an Import Student wizard. We'll go into more detail on that feature in another video. Back to the Students tab. Once you have the student created, you can upload a photo, and the student ID is the code that connects the data from year to year. This allows you to do a full transcript with the ID being rolled over into the next year. Down here is all the custom fields. Those are totally customizable. I'll get to creating those in a second. On the right, you have online access. You can invite a student to access the ThinkWave system. To invite a student to access their grades online, there's a couple of ways to do it. One way is to invite them individually by clicking on the Invite Student here. And here you can invite the student by email. Or print the invitation sheet here. You can assign the username and the password here, or just copy the start key right here and give it directly to the student. You can also suspend a student online access here, or reset the account. For instance, if a student forgot their account name and password, you can reset it here and they can select a new student name and password. Another way to invite all students at once is by going to the Setup tab and clicking on Online Access and Invite. You can select from Students, Teachers, or Parents. And once you select Students, you can access the emails for all the students at the same time. You can click Email Selected or Print Selected. If a student doesn't receive the invitation or if it ends up in the spam folder, then you can resend the email individually here or print out the invitation and hand them out. Now let's go back to the Students tab. As an administrator, you can see how a student would view the system by clicking on Visit Student Account. Here, the student has access to messages, assignments, attendance, and grades. We'll go into more detail in the student account in another video. Now click Return from Visit and go back to the student page. Here, you can see the classes a student is enrolled in, or you can go straight to the enrollment page by clicking here. You can add a student in Late Add, and you can remove a student from a class in Early Withdraw. As long as the withdraw date is before the last day of the term, then the grade does not show up in the report card. For instance, if a student has gone through a class for an entire semester, then withdraws from the class, it's handled in two different ways depending on when they withdraw. If a student is present for the last day of the term, then the class is on the transcript and report cards. But if they're withdrawn before the last day of the term, then the class does not show up on the transcript and report card. That way you can keep the attendance records and all their work, while showing that the student doesn't get the transcript mark for the class. There's the ability to create groups of students, like athletes, band, or baseball. You can see here the different pull-downs have different group names. You can select a specific group so that you can print out reports on just those groups. You can also create custom fields that would be relevant to just those students. The file area is where you can upload additional files about students. You can upload PDFs, Excel, or other outside information that you keep on the students. And they stack up here with all the files you can access. If you click here on the Edit button for Parents and Guardians, this will give you the Parents and Guardians access, where you can add or edit the parents or guardians associated with that student. You can have one parent access multiple students, or have multiple parents access one student. This can be edited for whatever situation you need. In order to delete a student, they have to be withdrawn from all their classes. The custom field data and everything below the comments line would also have to be deleted first in order for a student to be removed from the system. When everything is removed, then you can go ahead and click the Delete button at the top right. And this would delete the student name from the data file. You can create custom fields for students. The custom field would go just below the Comments section on the Student tab. To create a custom field, click on the setting icon at the top right, then select New Custom Field. Type in the name of the field, And here you can select who it applies to, like all students, or students in a specific grade, or students of a specific group, like the baseball team. Then select the type of field. There are 4 different fields that can be created. Right now we're creating a short text field, but you can also create a long text field, a predefined choice, and a date field. A predefined choice is something like gender, so male or female. As for predefined choice, you can add the choices below, then click Save. Once you create those fields, they will appear at the bottom of the Students tab. If you want to organize them in tabs, you can create a custom tab. To create a custom tab, click on the setting icon at the top right, and then New Custom Tab. Then enter the type of tab you want and where you want it to appear. Then click Save. To edit the custom fields that appear in the tab, click the Edit button. Once they're added, you can move around the order of the custom fields by dragging and dropping. Then click Save. And these custom fields can be printed out on the report cards and transcripts. There's an additional report where you can export the custom fields and data along with the student names in the CSV format, or in a printable PDF format. The Parents and Guardians section is next. Hover over the Students tab and click here. As mentioned before, you can have multiple parents connected to one child or one parent connected to multiple children. Once you choose the name of the parent on the top right, you can edit the students associated with that parent by clicking here on the drop-down menu, and that will allow you to quickly select the student. Then when a parent logs in, they can see both their children in the login. To add a parent, click the Add Parent at the top left. Then fill out the information like name, address, etc. Then add the student that they're related to on the bottom and click Save. For example, you can enter the names individually here, or you can add Mr. and Mrs. Adams, and that would connect them in. To invite parents to access the grades, you can do it individually here on the right by printing or emailing it, or you can do it in bulk by going to the Setup tab and invite parents in bulk. On the top right, there's a Delete button, so you can delete the parents account just like in the Students tab. And that's some of the features that you have in the student and parent account in the ThinkWave system. Thanks for watching.